Good afternoon, then, Year 5, and welcome to our topic lesson today. So, obviously, we've been focusing on ancient Greece over this term, and we're going on to our Greek gods today. Now, speaking to some of you already, some of you know lots and lots and lots about the Greek gods, and obviously, we've been focusing on Odysseus, and we've been speaking a lot about the gods involved in that. You've done your Greek myths book as part of your reading for meaning last term, so you should all be quite familiar with the Greek gods. But we're going to go in further detail with them today, and we're going to talk about the gods and the Greek gods over this week and next week's topic lesson. So this is what we're going to be looking at today. We're going to be finding out about the ancient Greek gods and goddesses, and you should be able to use this knowledge to plan your own Greek myth. Okay. And here it says, in the success criteria, I can plan my own Greek myth using gods and goddesses, monsters and heroes. And we're going to be doing that, focusing on that in next week's lesson, really. And what we're going to be focusing on mainly today is researching different Greek gods and saying key facts about them. So you're really focusing on the Greek gods themselves today, finding out lots and lots and all the details about them. So then, ancient Greek religions. The ancient Greeks were a religious lot. They believed that their gods and goddesses controlled everything in the world and that they must be revered and appeased. So they must be listened to, basically. The ancient Greek people built huge, beautiful temples and shrines where they could go to worship the gods. They also held festivals in honor of the gods, and people would pray and make offerings to them in hope of being granted good fortune in return. Okay, so we shouldn't know a lot about that already, especially from Odysseus. They've had several ways where they offered sacrifices and things to the gods. So Mount Olympus. So this is what the ancient Greeks believed, that the 12 most powerful gods lived at the top of a huge mountain called Mount Olympus. However, some very important gods, such as Hades, the god of the underworld, did not live there. Mount Olympus was where the gods held meetings and disputes were settled. So then, Greeks, gods, and goddesses. We're going to learn some key facts about them now. So try to remember what each god represents to the people. So, for example, Poseidon being the god of the sea, and what their special weapons are or objects are that they have. So then, Zeus. Zeus was obviously the most powerful of all the gods. He was the god of the sky and the king of Mount Olympus. He was married to the queen of the gods, Hera, but he had many other lovers. His temper affected the weather, and when he was angry, he threw thunderbolts. You can see he's got big thunderbolts in his hand there. Did you know that Zeus's father was worried that his children would betray him, so he ate them? Zeus's mother tricked his father by giving him a rock to eat, so Zeus was free. Okay, there's a little interesting did you know fact. Now moving on then to Poseidon. Poseidon was the god of the sea. He was the most powerful god except for his brother Zeus. He lived in a beautiful palace under the sea and caused earthquakes when he was angry. Poseidon delayed the return of the Odysseus from the Trojan War by causing his boat to be shipwrecked. Okay, so that's the whole entire story. The adventures of Odysseus all happened because of Poseidon. So we've spoken a lot about that. You know all about that story. And did you know that he rode a chariot pulled by seahorses? Okay, this, by the way, my favorite god, Poseidon. I think he's well cool. Hades then. So Hades is the brother of Zeus, and as we know from earlier, he's the god of the dead, the god of the underworld. He ruled the underworld where people went when they died. Ancient Greeks were quite afraid of him. People sacrificed to Hades when they wanted something bad to happen. Did you know he was also the god of wealth because of the precious metals that were mined from the earth? Here we go then. Hera was the sister and the wife of Zeus. So obviously in those days things were a little bit more normal to be the sister and the wife of the same person. She was a powerful and beautiful but very jealous and vain. Hera is an earth goddess and the goddess of family and marriage. Greek men thought of her as unpleasant. She tried to kill Zeus's son, Hercules. Did you know that she was on the side of the Greeks in the Trojan War, but Zeus sided with the Trojans. She deceived and distracted her husband so that the Greeks had the upper hand during the Trojan War. So we've spoken a bit about the Trojan War. So some Greeks believe it's because of the gods that everything happened as it did. We've got Ares then, the god of war. He was both cruel and a coward. Ares was the son of Zeus and Hera, but they did not like him. He killed the giant Echinades, a fierce monster and enemy of the gods. Did you know that his throne was upholstered in human skin? Oh, so he had a whole throne, his big chair, made up of human skin. Athena is the daughter of Zeus. She was born directly out of his forehead. She was Zeus's favorite child. She's the goddess of intelligence, art and literature. Athena turned Medusa from a human into a monster. So you can see this little thing she's holding here. It says Medusa's head on it. You know, the kind of woman that has snakes for hair. That's Medusa. The city of Athens is named after Athena. The Parthenon is her best known and best preserved temple. So the Parthenon is one of the temples in Athens, and it is there to represent her, Athena. Apollo is the son of Zeus and the twin brother of Artemis. Apollo was the sun god. He was responsible for the movement of the sun across the sky. He moved the sun with a chariot pulled by golden horses. He was also the god of archery, prophecy, and music. Apollo had healing powers. Okay, so it's a pretty cool god. He's got some cool skills going on there. Aphrodite then was the goddess of the love, beauty, and the protector of sailors. She was loved by many people. She was born when Uranus was killed. Uranus's blood fell into the sea, and she emerged from the froth. Her skin was whiter than ivory, her hair as golden as the setting sun, and her eyes as blue as the summer sky. Aphrodite changed the statue into a human so that one of her loyal followers could have the statue as his wife. There you go. Hermes then. Hermes was Zeus's youngest son. He was very fast on his feet and very clever, so Zeus decided to make him a messenger. Hermes always knew everything that was going on in the mythical world. The other gods trusted Hermes. He was very clever and loyal, and he was a good negotiator. Did you know that many ancient Greeks believed that Hermes was responsible for the invention of the alphabet, boxing, and gymnastics? Artemis was the daughter of Zeus and the twin sister of Apollo. She was a moon goddess responsible for the movement of the moon across the sky. She moved the moon in a chariot pulled by stags. She was also a huntress and the protector of animals and young children. Did you know a hunter was caught spying on Artemis when she was bathing? As punishment for this, Artemis turned him into a stag and set his own hunted dogs on him to kill him. Okay, and there are all of the main gods then, or the ancient Greek gods. So what you are going to do now is you are going to complete a fact file on 2 of the ancient Greek gods. So I don't mind which 2 you choose. It is entirely up to you. So what you're going to do, you're going to make a little fact file. So it's going to look something like this that you can see here. So you're going to have a box here. This will be filled in with a drawing or a picture, an image off the internet, something like that, of your chosen god. And then next to that picture on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, depending on how you do it, I want you to write some information about that god, okay, and give me a little did you know fact as well. So use the information that I've been through on the PowerPoint, okay. Do your own research as well if you'd like. That'd be good if you can get like a did you know fact that was different to the one, you know, the one on this PowerPoint. I want you to try and give me some facts that are interesting and new and not the ones that I've just read and seen already. Okay, so find me some new, interesting did you know facts for me. Still use the PowerPoint to help you, you know, some good information on here, but do a bit of research as well so I can get some new information for me. Okay, so remember, you want you to do 2 of those. Choose whichever 2 you like. Get in contact with me if you need me, and then we're going to continue on talking about the Greeks, gods and goddesses in next week's lesson. Okay, thank you very much then, Year 5. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you later.